Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of Rendezvous with Anza Saqib on CxO Global TV. Now, CxO Global Forum, as you all know, has evolved from being just a knowledge platform to a league of extraordinary thought leaders, domain experts, those individuals who've made a considerable amount of influence, a mark in the fields that they're working in. Today as well, we've got a very special gentleman with us. His name is Mr. Wasim Irshad. He is the co-founder at WoW Health. So we're very excited to talk to him. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
Right, so please tell us a little bit about your journey so far and where did it begin?
Yeah, so it had been, of course, hard journey, and it still is. When you talk about startups, so you talk about a lot of failures and a lot of tough paths and this and that. But let's talk about WoW Health. We started back in 2017. It was a startup for US. We have built a very strong network over there with 350,000 doctors and 100,000 plus eye clinics and 250,000 plus dental clinics, where people can have mental health support and 24/7 telemedicine. That solution is going quite good in US, and we are one of the leading network providers over there. And then certain incident happened, and then we launched the same product in Pakistan with different offerings. And one of those unique offerings is the second opinion with the US doctors.
Yeah, sounds brilliant, but for the common man to understand, for our audience, what is the problem that you are trying to solve with WoW Health? And why is there such a dire need for second opinions?
So there are two problems, which we generally face. Phone उठाएं, डॉक्टर ढूंढें, फिर डॉक्टर के पास जाएं, फिर लंबी लंबी लाइनों में बैठें, फिर उसके बाद डॉक्टर से चेक करवाएं, फिर उसको 2-3 हज़ार फीस दें और फिर वापस लाके दवाइयों लेके घर पे पहुंचें. उससे बेहतर तरीका, बहुत आसान, we are offering PMC certified doctors in just ₹99. You just pick up your phone, call WoW Health, get connected to the doctor, or using your app, get on the video with the doctor, get yourself checked, and that's all you need. Your 70% cases can be solved through this one scenario. Second important problem, our fellows, lots of people who suffer through critical illness, prolonged treatment, some critical case. If they need a second opinion for their personal satisfaction or better diagnosis, or to find out the ways that are possible to treat them, we offer them. We are the only largest platform that offer facility to consult with all 70 specialties in US.
Brilliant, sounds amazing. And we've seen that post-COVID health tech and telehealth has gained a lot of momentum, a lot of importance. How would you critically evaluate this statement in the context of South Asia and Pakistan? And where do you think the challenges and the opportunities are?
Okay, so the COVID has changed situation all across the globe, not only in healthcare, rather in everything. People have started working from home. Now world has realized that it's not important to come to office to work. Similarly, during COVID, people have realized that it's not very important that you have to go to doctor to get yourself checked. Rather, online platforms can be of the same help, and they can be equally useful. Pakistan is a huge market. It's a huge market, and if I would say more than not more than 5% people are still permanent user of telehealth. So there is a room to grow in 95%, and that brings a great opportunity in the Pakistani market for all my peers who are working on telemedicine.
Absolutely, I agree. But अगर हम challenges की बात करते हैं, where do you think is the biggest challenge at this point in time?
Yeah, so हम जिस तरह की community है, हमारे बहुत सारे जो लोग हैं, they still don't have that trust factor. कि ऑनलाइन क्या, स्पेशली व्हेन यू गो टू रिमोट एरियाज, तो क्या डॉक्टर ऑनलाइन भी हो सकता है? क्या ये सही डॉक्टर है? क्या मेरा इलाज ऐसे हो जाएगा? डॉक्टर ने टीका ना लगाया तो फिर कैसे मैं ठीक कैसे होऊंगा? डॉक्टर मुझे फोन पे कैसे देखेगा? ये वो सारे सवाल हैं जो कि बेसिकली विच रिवॉल्व अराउंड द ट्रस्ट, और ये लेंगे टाइम टू रिजॉल्व, बिकॉज as you get into this experience, और कंपनी आपको बेहतर केयर देगी, आप ठीक होना शुरू हो जाएंगे, आपका ट्रस्ट बैठना शुरू हो जाएगा, तो मार्केट ऑटोमेटिकली एक्सपैंड होना शुरू हो जाएगी. इट विल टेक इट्स ड्यू टाइम.
So what can we do, and what is WoW Health doing in order to address this narrative? Because obviously, jahan tak aapki baat, so trust factor is a very big issue. Uske alawa PR problem hai. For instance, a lot of the times, hamare yahan, even urbanized centers mein, like if I do talk about my parents, educated, liberal, urbanized, working, they still have their family doctors that they trust. So have you gotten some of those known names on your panel? Yeah, kis tarah se aap, how are you trying to bridge the gap?
So yeah, we are doing two things. Number one, previously every company, every offering that was through your digital means, you have to pay online and then get connected to a doctor. We are the only company which has brought the telemedicine over the counter. Aap jaye pharmacy pe, you get your card, you scratch it, and you talk to doctor. Number one. So that is the purpose of doing this, is to increase awareness. What we believe is that anybody who uses this service for once, we can push him to use, but for the next time, they have to use it by their own will. So over the time, what we are seeing that now people have started considering our doctors as their family doctors. Right? Because any doctor they talk to, they have got their own EMR, EHR in front of them, all information of the patient. When you call, they tell you, okay, last time aapko flu hua tha, us waqt humne aapko ye medicine diya tha, so you got okay in 3 days. Now, we are repeating same medicine because we think that suits you. And then again you get a follow-up calls from regularly from our doctors. आपकी तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी, आपने मेडिसिन ली, आपको फर्क पड़ा नहीं पड़ा, अगर नहीं पड़ा तो क्या मैं आपको और मेडिसिन दे दूं, kind of stuff. You feel to be cared. So what we have only one belief, that it's only your experience that can bring you back to the same platform.
Absolutely, and you've shed a very a light on a very important point. A lot of times with the tech sector, when we talk about insurtech, agri-tech, health tech, we're only focusing on building the infrastructure and the technology side of things. So, hire the best engineers. But a lot of times with millennials and Gen Z, you have to focus on the experience. So the UI, UX, what is the service like? And that is something that I've been hearing time and time again. So thank you for pointing that out. Moving on, now we read somewhere that you are also involved in tangent technologies.
Yeah.
What is your role there involved on a day-to-day basis?
So, Tangent Technologies is a technology company, and we are expert in developing softwares. And it's also a startup. All of my companies are startups, and startup is a very rough journey. You do everything. So when I get into my office, I do anything which my team needs me to do. I start solving their problems from chai theek nahi hai till the strategic decisions they want me to make. To position them well, their revenue problems, their funding problems, their sales problems, everything is my problem, I would say.
Brilliant. Since you are a startup founder, what do you think are the 3 lessons that you have learned being a startup founder that you otherwise did not learn at school, college, or university?
So, university, I would not say out of university, because these are the universities which make us what we are today. They make that foundation that can absorb all that information we get from anywhere. But still, of course, there are things which I have come across in my professional career, and I have learned them. And first thing which I would say is dealing with the people. That is one most important thing, that how to deal with people, that you learn through time. You have to be very careful. People have their own nature. Everybody's different. They can respond in a different way in the different situation with the different problems, and you have to deal everyone in a different way. You can't deal every person in a same way. So that is one very important thing which I think I have learned throughout my my journey. And second important thing is the personal, taking yourself as a personal brand. That's very important. until you take yourself as a personal brand, उस वक्त तक आप अपने ऊपर काम नहीं करते. You don't take everything serious that makes you as you, right? So that is one thing I would tell everyone, that whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever you write, whatever you speak, that all represents you, and then represents your company, and then brings that culture of the company. So you have to work on yourself. You have to read, you have to listen, you have to work, so that you can be a better version of yourself. And third very important thing is, it is communication, that how you have to communicate. Communication is very important part. आप हर बंदे को एक तरह से treat नहीं कर सकते. You treat every person in a different way. तो communication is very important thing. आपने कोई बंदा जो कि आपको ऑफिस में facilitate कर रहा है, for your tea and stuff, उसके साथ आपने एक different तरीके से communicate करना है, so that उसको personalized care मिले, and then a person who is engineer, you have to talk in a different way, right? To customers, you talk in a different way. So communication is the key. One very important thing, last thing which I will add is that there is a serious value of commitment. Do what you say. अगर आप अपनी professional life के अंदर you can't keep your commitments, market or people are not going to trust you. Once you have said something, then it doesn't matter that you make it's loss, it's difficult, it's easy, but you have to keep your words.
Right. Point duly noted. Can you narrate an incident for us, maybe something you recall from the past, which perhaps helped shape the professional that you are today?
Sorry, I couldn't get your question, please. Can you repeat?
मतलब any incident from the past जो कि या तो आपको किसी ने कोई piece of advice दी हो, किसी senior ने, किसी mentor ने, या any incident with a co-worker जिसने आप पे इतना impact किया हो, कोई it's helped shape the professional that you are today.
Yeah, no, person who is leading the organization, he is nothing in himself. There are always, very important people who are with that person to make him to make that organization what that organization is today. So though I am sitting with you, I am representing WoW Health, I'm representing Canadian Technologies, but I have got partners with me who are more qualified than me, who are more competent than me, and they actually keep advising me for what to do, to make this business grow better. My partner, Asif, he always keep emphasizing on one thing, and that is, I think, very important thing. He always keeps telling me, it's the customer that is important. It's the customer, you have to focus on, because customer is the key in whole business. So that's, I think, I would say that's one advice, customer.
Yeah, the customer is king, as they always say.
Exactly.
The customer is always right. So I think these are words of advice that we used to hear from our elders, and perhaps now we realize the worth of such advices, because now we're talking about feedback and data-driven decisions, and अब जाके हमें समझ में आती है value in चीजों.
True, very true.
So can you tell us one fact about yourself that we otherwise would not find on your LinkedIn profile? Something interesting.
So I think that there's one thing about me, that I develop a personal relationship, whether that is my team, whether that is my friends. I always go at a very personal level. For all my team members, we have got a good team over here, and I listen to their personal problems. I try to solve them. I step to a personal level. That makes a very stronger connection with them. All of the people who have worked with us, even they leave, they are always part of kind of my family. They keep coming whenever they are in trouble. They keep coming. They keep discussing. That develops a very prolonged, relationship. The people who have worked with me 10 years ago, they still come to me. They still keep coming with their own, things to discuss, and then we discuss. I give them time. So that's one very important thing, that to treat humans as humans, So I develop a personal contact with everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So it's been an honor talking to you and learning from your experiences.
Thank you so much for providing opportunity.
You. Please keep contributing to the knowledge economy. But before we sign off today, do you want to perhaps tell us how being a part of CxO Global has impacted your professional and personal life?
So that's interesting. Yesterday I was speaking somewhere. I was telling people that your net worth is your network. So
That's what I said yesterday.
when you are operating at a C level, whether that is a bigger company or the smallest company, right? Even it's a 3 people company and you are at C level, you have to be with all C levels to learn the way they work, because these all are amazing people. They have done miracles. And when you sit with them, when you speak with them, you learn a lot. You get piece of advices, you develop a network, you can seek their help. That is something that I'm really thankful for CxO Global to provide this platform to all business community in Pakistan. Keep growing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wasim Irshad, for your time. And we hope to hear more from you in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for today. Please stay tuned, keep watching, and keep us updated with your comments and feedback. Here's me signing off. See you next time.